We're going to review a campaign with Intel and LeBron James and autonomous self-driving cars. Hello everyone, I'm Mark Fidelman. Joining me is Gil Ayal, CEO of Hyper. Gil, let's talk about this campaign with Intel and LeBron James and autonomous cars.
Some people are fearless. No pressure too great, no stage too big, not afraid of anything.
Yo, Bron, your car's here. Nope, it's safe.
It sees like 80 times better than you do.
But I see there's no driver. Get in.
Intel is helping power autonomous cars you can trust, so we can all be fearless.
Hey, yo, I'm keeping this.
My first question is, why would they put LeBron in the back of a small coupe when we're talking about self-driving cars? Why wouldn't he be in the front seat? That's the first question I have.
Well, you know, LeBron doesn't like to share the center stage, even with an invisible driver, I guess.
How's he fitting in the back seat of a coupe? I mean, they must have had to remove the seat.
I don't know. Maybe he's smaller than the measurements that the NBA gives really are. I don't know.
All right. Well, my biggest problem with this ad, and I do have a problem with it, is they're at least 5 years out from truly autonomous self-driving cars. So why Intel is coming out with an ad now where they're paying LeBron millions of dollars? Why are they doing it now? And what are your thoughts on this campaign overall?
You know, I think the whole driverless car move for Intel is really important because as a company, the company that built itself on this Intel Inside campaign, for whoever's not familiar with it, they basically were able to position themselves as, if you buy a PC in the 80s and 90s and you don't have an Intel chip inside, it's not as good. And they made the OEMs put a sticker on the computer saying Intel Inside, and consumers got used to looking for it. I think Intel recently bought this Israeli company Mobileye that develops technology around self-driving cars, and they bought them for $15 billion. So it's a real big investment in their future. Maybe it's their biggest bet on their future. So they're starting to educate people, and the idea, I think, is that people will be afraid to enter self-driving cars. It'll be scary. What if they gets in an accident? What if it makes a wrong decision? And they want to create the situation where they can take advantage of that by saying, we have the leading technology. If you're going to go into a self-driving car, you need one that you can trust. Okay,
so you think there's going to be a big Intel Inside sticker right on the hood of some of these cars? Do you think that's what's going to happen?
I think absolutely is what they are envisioning. And the reason is that for them to be the leader in chips for so long, even though the technology is relatively imitable, it required a branding move, and this is a branding move. They're tying themselves with the greatest basketball player, currently alive, and they're or currently active, and they're really starting to educate the market way before anybody can even buy this product. The interesting thing is that they chose to buy Mobileye, which was Elon Musk's partner in Tesla that he split with. Some would say because he wasn't happy with the quality of the product. I don't know if that's true or not, but those are some of the rumors that came around, saying it wasn't safe. Yet Intel is now leveraging this product as the one that they'll use to tell the story that Intel is the most advanced and safest technology.
Yeah, my biggest problem with this ad, and I kind of hinted at this before, is that it feels to me like it's 5 years too early. I don't see the connection with LeBron and an autonomous car, and especially Intel. I don't know what that has to do with LeBron or basketball. He's got some kind of chauffeur driver already. Maybe that's a connection. To me, it's like some marketing executive who's a big fan of the NBA. Maybe LeBron thought to himself, how can I get LeBron James to appear in an ad that I'm kind of running, and so I can take credit for it and put it on my resume? That's what it felt like to me, because there were certainly a lot better influencer choices that could have been done to tie that whole future of driving and Intel together. I just didn't like. I thought the ad was cute. I don't think it's going to sell a single car, a single chip. I think it does nothing for Intel except for maybe a little branding. Makes them a little bit more relevant going forward. That's my thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think it actually makes a lot of sense when you think about the story, because they probably should have stuck a doll of Tyronn Lue driving the car, just like they stuck one in the Cleveland Cavaliers. They don't need a coach. This car doesn't need a driver. So the story actually fits LeBron perfectly, if you ask me. But I think, from a broader perspective, you spent $15 billion buying this company, Mobileye. What's another $2 million to pay LeBron to do this commercial? And they're thinking about educating the market and positioning themselves. It's not really about selling anything right now. I think if you think of self-driving cars, if you think of green, electrical cars, you immediately think of Elon Musk and Tesla, and they really, really want to stick in people's mind that there's an alternative.
Okay, but tell me the connection between LeBron and the future technology. I mean, why would you choose that type of celebrity or influencer? To me, it just doesn't make sense. There's thousands of better choices, for example.
Oh, I agree 100%. I think I was jokingly saying because he can run a coachless team and he needs a driverless car. But I think, except for the fact that he has broad reach and that people will watch it, probably not a great choice. I think people who are, even NASCAR drivers or people who are expert drivers who have a reputation for that kind of thing would have made a much bigger impact if they could talk about, wow, I can't believe how smooth this is. Can't believe how, the turns are real. Maybe even blindfold them, have them take a ride, and then tell them there wasn't a driver. Those kind of things could go viral, could be a lot more interesting. I'm with you 100%. Not a great choice, and it's not going to sell anything. If it creates some awareness, that's the best they can hope for.
Anyway, Gil, always a pleasure. Where can people find you?
I'm at gil@hyperbrands.com, HYPRBRANDS.
And again, if you have any comments, if you think we're wrong, if you can explain to me why Intel brought LeBron James into these commercials, let us know in the comments whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. We'd love to get your thoughts. Please like, subscribe, you know the drill, and visit hyper@hyperbrands.com. Thanks again, Gil.
Thanks, Mark.